messages. Okay, let's be live. Hopefully people can hear me. I just felt like intuitively led to go live, so regardless of whoever comes, whoever's meant to come will come, and I call on the universe with that. Hello to whoever liked this. Thank you. I'm just gonna light this candle here for, one of these candles for communication. Actually, this one probably for communications. My communication candle helps me more easily communicate. So, let's get that lit. Come on. Finally. Okay, that's good. Let's do that. Yep, that works. Blew out the match. And now I have the candle lit behind me. You can't see it, but I do have a candle lit for ease of communication. And I should probably burn a little incense, so let me get that too. Got some frankincense and myrrh. This is one of those things that you can get at smoke shops. So, got some frankincense and myrrh. Hello, we'll light a candle as well. Awesome! Welcome! And yeah, I just felt like intuitively led to go live and like possibly just, I don't know, intuitively dump. I don't know what to say. Maybe do some tarot. Get this frankincense and myrrh lit here. Let me just wait for it to, get enough of an ember going. This way. I gotta get this in its holder so it doesn't burn things down. Let me get that in the background. Perfect. There, so it's not leaning up against anything. Alrighty. Hello. How y'all doing? I recently had a little goodie, so hope you all are well. I have this tarot deck that I might be using. It's the White Newman Sacred Animal Tarot. Actually, one of the first tarot decks I ever got. I mean, besides the handmade one and one that I got from like Five Below, like early on in my spiritual practice, but this is what I'm going to be using. Hopefully people can hear me because I'm not sure what my noise canceling headphones are allowing. And I just had some things that kind of came to me quote-wise in terms of like, things for people who are watching. I'm not sure who is going to be watching. I mean, I know one person is, but some things that kind of came to me was like the need to release. I felt a big need to release, and that everyone's on edge. And I mean, this with the state of the world, I can't really blame anyone for being on edge, but I definitely feel like there are some self-limiting beliefs people may be having that they do need to let go of, and I don't know who's experiencing what, but there's something that I'm sensing. Hello, everyone. Hi. And I also feel the need to tell people to not let others' projections onto you. So if they say, like, oh, you're this, that, and the third, but you know deep down that you're not that. And, like, I'm not referring to something that would be, like, someone calling you out on problematic behavior, like, legitimately problematic. I'm saying, like, if you're just existing authentically and you're not hurting anyone, people are projecting these negative, kind of ideas or thoughts to whatever you're saying or however you're existing authentically and you're not hurting anyone, don't let those projections that others are projecting onto you dictate or narrate your life. I mean, like, and what I mean by that is, whatever, I don't know how to describe it, but, articulate it, but I feel like people need to not let others' ideas of them dictate how they view themselves. That's what I was trying to get at. Message retracted. I did see that, C-Mitch. It may be the wrong lipstick choice for you, but it's not for me, and that's okay. That's all I'm gonna say. You're not the one wearing the lipstick, so you don't gotta worry. I hope you have a better one, and that you can learn to let go of some of that negativity. Just gonna say that. But, beyond that, what else do I feel like? I feel like people need to also help uplift each other. I know what I just said earlier wasn't very uplifting, but I do feel like people do need to take less shots at others when it's not deserved. I mean, like, if someone's just existing authentically and their authentic expression that isn't ultimately problematic or, like, bigoted or something is triggering something within you, stop and think about why. And also, try to uplift yourself, and by extension of lifting up yourself, I feel like lifting up others, definitely an important thing. I don't know how to describe it, because like the work that you do on yourself may seem small, may seem just personal, but it does influence those around you, and other people do notice the changes that you are implementing in your life and may be influenced to similarly uplift themselves, and also just going out of your way to uplift others. If you never know who might be helped by what seems like a simple, innocuous compliment that really might uplift someone and really better the trajectory of their day, and by extension, maybe their week, maybe their month, that little compliment. So, uplifting each other is really important right now, and also learning to love and forgive yourself is also very important. Yes, I am reading off notes, by the way, because I just kind of did an intuitive dump onto paper. Yeah, so there's no one else viewing this right now, and that's okay. I feel like this live is a little awkward, but that's okay too. I'm just going to go in with some tarot cards and pull what I feel intuitively called to pull, and just kind of do some interpretation. I have a little lap desk on me so I can do tarot straight on my little lap desk, so I'm going to do that right now. And whoever's watching, hello. No, whatever. I'm just gonna ask that the guides, deities, ancestors, and beings of the best and highest good, the collective, and those watching this, deliver the message that the viewers need right now, and help me to articulate what it is that I am picking up on. Yes, I'm doing tarot for y'all, so I'm just asking that whatever needs to come through comes through, and whoever needs to hear this message hears the message, whether it's in the posting of this live later on or right now. So right now I'm seeing a theme of the Five of Pentacles. There's some sort of material loss going on, although when it appeared in the deck it was kind of like this. So it could be interpreted as upright or reverse, but I'm seeing a theme of loss materially right now, and a focus on losing something in the physical. And I'm seeing that loss is overwhelming and burdensome on a lot of people. There's this loss that's happening that is really weighing on people, whether it is another person, whether it is something you cared about, like an object, whether it's finances, whatever this loss is really weighing on and burdening people right now. And, I don't know how to describe this, but there is the tendency one might have to despair, but because of this loss. But that does not mean all hope is lost. There are still opportunities for growth and expansion and positivity in your life. And if you see, while there are some cups that are being poured out, and there's some cups here, there are two upright, there's a few upright cups in here. So there's 3 upright cups and 2 that are poured out. Well, just because the 2 are poured out does not mean there are not more cups to then sample from and have opportunities and changes from. So there are still open doors there, whether you are cognizantly aware of it or not. And the next card that's here is King of Swords. I almost say King of Wands, King of Swords, which is very interesting to me. It really shows that mentally, there's some mental strength. You're gonna have to be strong mentally, because I often see swords as kind of like so swords is air, and that usually deals with mental, and also king, I feel like very authoritative. And what I'm getting from this is that you are going to need to really show some strength and be a leading figure in your life, or that there may be some sort of strong figure in your life that you may be learning from or leading upon. That's kind of what I'm getting on. I'm mostly getting an internal, internal strength, that some inner strength that'll really help you push through and make some decisive action and really get yourself through this tough period in life that is overwhelming and seeming burdensome. I'm seeing that you will need to take action, a few steps at a time, decisive action at that, in order to really pursue the other opportunities that are still available in your life, regardless of whether you're constantly aware of that. And there's some internal conflict about whatever this thing is, that is burdening you, and that maybe as a result of a loss, there's some sort of conflict in your life regarding this, and that really shows the need for strength, mentally especially, and decisive, strong, courageous action that, one might need to take, like the King of Swords. That's kind of how I'm feeling about this, and the undercurrent of this, I'm seeing like a 5 of Wands. Interesting. This isn't the most positive reading right now, but, I see there is some conflict. Five of Swords, Five of Wands. These two kind of read as conflicting, to me anyways. If I do consult the book, I mean, sometimes I consult books, not because I can't do tarot, but mostly so whatever is on the tip of my tongue flows out easier. That's mostly what that is. So with the Five of Wands, I'm seeing three fives in here. 5, 5, 5. 4 fives, actually. 5, 5, 5, 5. You've got the Five of Pentacles, Five of Cups, Five of Swords, Five of Wands. I am seeing that, let me see. Five of Wands is saying, where is it in this thing? Man, it's in here somewhere, but yeah, Five of Wands is all about a challenge. Yeah, a challenge that the initiate's full potential will be realized. So this is a challenge to your strength, a challenge to your potential, a challenge to you being able to move forward, that comes out of a loss. So this loss situation is really burdening you, and it's kind of, emotionally speaking, not letting you see the opportunities that are still available in your life, because although this is going to be hard to say for whoever is needing to hear this message, when one door closes, another one opens. And whether you're aware of that door or not, still, that happens to be the case. And doors are kind of like an initiation. Once you step through the door, I mean, you've stepped through the door. You can step back out. But, you know, like, once you step through that metaphorical door, you know, things will change. You kind of initiate into a new phase of life once you decide to take that action. And yes, you will be prompted with things, with conflict, temporarily to really, I see, challenge your ideals, challenge your strength internally, challenge your sense of courage, what your narratives that you have in your life surrounding what is valuable in this context for whatever this is. I feel like that's really what's going to be challenged, and you're really going to need to take some decisive, courageous action, and also need to strengthen yourself mentally. I feel like that's a theme: mental strength, emotional strength, spiritual strength, maybe even physical, showing restraint, but also at the same time knowing when and where to act, picking and choosing your battles, and really making some decisive action. And something else I'm seeing, top of the deck, Queen of Pentacles. So I'm seeing that there may be something involving abundance and prosperity. Yourself being able to really be in that prosperity, but also allowing yourself to receive and allowing others to receive, in a sense of, I don't know how to articulate this, but the Queen of Pentacles to me often reads as someone who is very much in that position of prosperity and authority within that prosperity. I don't know how to articulate this, actually, but there's something about generosity. I feel like sometimes I struggle to articulate. Sorry if that's really hard for y'all, but yeah, sometimes I struggle to articulate. And what I'm seeing, let's see if this will help me. I'm seeing that there's yeah, I often see, for whatever reason, some level of generosity to the Queen of Pentacles, but maybe not in this particular card. Maybe I'm picking up on something else. I might need another card to clarify that. Okay, so you're going to really need to be generous with yourself, maybe, and maybe also share with others the knowledge, if and as it's needed, but also whatever this thing is, you are moving forward into more prosperous beginnings. Okay, that's what I'm picking up on. Not generosity, but you're picking up more on, you're going to be moving into more prosperous beginnings, but that will require you to make some difficult and decisive actions. You may feel overwhelmed and like really things are really chaotic, but that's kind of what I'm picking up on. I don't know how to articulate. That's my intuition's picking up on something, but sometimes my brain doesn't know how to articulate what my intuition picks up on, so words just come flying out. So hopefully this is making sense to y'all. And yeah, this will show a completion. The world often, to me, signifies completion and ending of the cycle. Whatever this hardship is that you are facing, that you feel like, yeah, these things happen. What do I do? You feel at a loss. You feel overwhelmed. There's so much conflict, so much tests, so many trials. But these trials and tests are going to be a test to your strength, a test to your willpower, a test to your ability to make decisive action and really pull through and be able to complete this cycle, this difficult, challenging cycle, to really push yourself into this position of strength and authority, and being able to really stand in that strength and prosperity and authority, and really propel yourself into better beginnings and the completion and the end of whatever this cycle is that you or others who are watching this may be experiencing. And thank you for y'all. I'm glad you guys like what I had to say. That's just going off of what I feel intuitively. If I go through the middle of the deck, do I feel like there's anything more? Let's feel. Yeah, the moon. The moon's interesting with this because this is just any additional card. I was just seeing if there's any final cards. The moon. With the Five of Cups, it really does point back to, like, illusions. So, like, because there was loss, an overwhelming loss, and a burdening loss, there's this sense of everything is lost, hope is lost, but that is an illusion. An illusion that, well, whether yourself or others, a lot of the times it is one's own self, kind of fooled themselves with. And, you know, you do need to be able to trust your intuition. There's something about discernment. I feel like discernment is very important for being able to discern, okay, this might be an ending, but this may be a new opportunity, an opportunity to improve. And that actually does tie into something that I wrote down here, which is, you know, that failure, a lot of people see that as like, oh, all is lost, I'm done for, I can't ever improve. But really, failure is an opportunity to do better, to grow, to become better, to do better. It is an opportunity to see what does and doesn't work. Kind of treat it like a little science experiment. You're like, okay, next time I approach something like this, I will go about it this other way. See how it happens. See what new opportunities or challenges may arise. And, you know, failure, as heart-wrenching as it can be, is also an opportunity for growth. It is an opportunity to examine what does and doesn't work and to do better moving forward, to adapt, change, shift, and ultimately do better and to prosper and propel yourself into better times and things like that. So, you know, failure, while it sucks in the moment, isn't always the worst thing. And that's something I'm picking up on. And, like, often these narratives that we tell ourselves really do limit ourselves. Like, is it truly this way? Wherever is hope truly lost, or is it only lost because you told yourself hope is lost? Ask yourself. Yeah, that's definitely something I feel. Support the people and the endeavors and wishers. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah. I'm saying that to the comments. Thank you. I'm mostly going with my intuition here, so hopefully y'all like this. I'm not used to streaming. I hardly ever stream, but my feelings are really, like, yeah, there's a sense of, like, really seeing through the illusions that you tell yourself as a result of failure, as a result of loss. And it really can be burdening. These limitations that you put on yourself can be very limiting, and you do need to challenge yourself on these illusions and really make decisive actions, put your foot down, sometimes in regards to yourself, and tell yourself, hey, no, that's not true, or hey, it's not necessarily going to happen. If it does, we'll face it when it does, and we'll take it one step at a time as it is happening. Do not overburden yourself with the what ifs, with these illusions, with these internal conflicts of yours, because I get it. I get always worrying about, like, what is going to happen, trying to protect yourself, but that can sometimes do more harm than good in a lot of circumstances, and learning to really discern what is an intuitive hit versus a what if catastrophizing scenario is really important, I feel like. And really putting your foot down, taking decisive action if and as things come, and really trusting your intuition, and really allowing yourself to move on from these hard times and initiate yourself into more prosperous beginnings, if you will. More prosperous beginnings in a completion to the cycles that you were in previously with these narratives that you put upon yourself, or that others might have put upon you too, because sometimes others will put narratives or, like, say that you're this, that, and the third, but it won't always be true. It's not necessarily always true. Sometimes it is a projection of their own insecurities and issues that they are trying to ascribe onto you. Sometimes, not always, depends on the context, but sometimes it can be a situation of they have these insecurities about themselves, and therefore they kind of view life through that lens of those insecurities and kind of project those insecurities onto other people, regardless of whether or not the other person's actually what they say. So don't necessarily let those define you or narrate your life. Try to be more forgiving with yourself, be more gentle with yourself, and try not to limit yourself so much. I mean, who is to say that you can't achieve greatness? You can achieve greatness. Like, it may not be easy, but it can be done. So why limit yourself? Why limit yourself on what you can and cannot accomplish in this lifetime or any other lifetime? I mean, I think people really need to understand they are worthy of love and success and the abundance that they seek, the life that they seek. They are worthy of it, and they can accomplish great things. They really do need to trust and believe in themselves and have a level of self-confidence. Yes, people act like loving yourself and being self-confident is a bad thing. They might call you a little full of yourself, but, sometimes it's not always a bad thing. And in some contexts, I mean, yeah, like, it can be a good thing. It often is a very good thing to love yourself and be confident in yourself. That's how part of what gives people the air of confidence to move forward into greatness is that self-confidence, and trusting and believing in themselves and starting with themselves on that one. And also extending that to others, uplift others, help others in your community. Really, I feel like right now everyone's on edge, and I feel like a lot of people need to be more kind and gentle with themselves. Yes, the future is scary and uncertain. Future is scary and uncertain, but if we keep ourselves isolated in our shell, I mean, it's not necessarily going to be for if everyone does that. They kind of in isolation mode because they're scared of pressing forward because the possibility things could get worse. Well, things could also get better, and we need to give the opportunity for things to get better. We need to give that opportunity a chance. I mean, yeah, it's scary, but also, I mean, we can achieve greatness. We can really uplift each other. I think that's something that's really important right now. I don't know how to describe it. Wow, I've been going for 21 minutes. What else do I feel intuitively called to? I do have notes here again. Yeah, I do feel like there is definitely a theme right now of like really trusting and tuning into your intuition, and I feel like there's an emphasis on using divination right now. I feel like that's going to be something that really helps people kind of get clarity on what it is that they should be working towards, or what it is that if you really need, because sometimes you do need to be told by the cards. I feel like myself personally, I need to be told by the cards, hey, yeah, you're really kind of causing your own stagnation and lack of progress forward because you are scared of things going wrong, because you're scared of the chaos and things falling apart and you losing control. You're kind of blocking your own progress here, and you do need to do the scary hard work and really rely on that inner strength, really face your fears, yes, including internally, and take that leap of faith and propel yourself forward, because you won't know if you can achieve that great thing if you don't try. You won't know if you don't try. And I feel like that's important right now, and I feel like sometimes being told that by divination can really help people feel empowered enough to take that next step forward. That's something I'm feeling. Also, I feel like there's a collective emphasis on aligning with your purpose, aligning with your true authentic purpose, and also awakening. I feel like there's some level of awakening collectively that's happening, especially these past few years and lately in general. That's definitely something I'm picking up on, and yeah, it's something that's really, really calling to me. I also, for this little live stream, I felt like a little led to do a little numerology bibliomancy. This might sound weird to all of you, but I got this book at the thrift store for like, what, 50 cents or something? And I had the feeling today, I just felt this intuitive pull to really flip through this book and this other book that I talk about sometimes on my channel, The Ultimate Guide to Crystals, to really see if there's a crystal or a number that is calling to the collective or the viewership of this live stream. So let's see. Is there a number that I see in here? The first one that showed up to me, I mean, it's showing like the full house. I'm seeing if I can get to numbers in general. I'm going to do a little flip through just randomly, and, it's showing this page. Not sure what to make of it. Haven't read this page. Really shows up to me is 6, 5, 6 and 5 are really showing up to me, 4, 2, and, these numbers do have different meanings. Let me get my tarot book because it does 6, 5, 4, and 2. I feel like 6, let me write that down, 6, 5, 4, 2. 6, 5, 4, 2. I'm just writing that down so I can remember. Those numbers are what kind of popped out to me intuitively. So, 6 is the number of balance, choice, and harmony. 5 is change, instability, and sometimes loss, but it can't be. 4 is secure, stability, foundation, and 2 is choice, duality, and partnership, also balance. So I'm seeing there's, in a sense, balance, yes. So I'm seeing like there's a balance that's needed. There's some sort of balance or rebalancing and choices to push yourself in one way or the other, and your choices, the emphasis on the individual choices that we make. Yes, I agree. Beauty is definitely on the inside, and I do need to smile more. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. But yeah, I definitely feel like, yeah, balance in the choices that we make. There's definitely an emphasis on choice because 6, if you're wondering, I'm looking at this book here, this little tarot book. This has some numerology in it, but 6 it says is balance, choice, harmony, and then like 2 has choice, and there's 5 and 4, so there's changes in the structure, in what we call foundational, in what we are stable in. Some things will have to be lost in order for things to be better, and we will have to make that choice as a collective. That is something I'm picking up on. So yeah, this is just something I'm picking up on right now. And if I look at this book, the numerology book, on what it has to say about those 6, 5, 4, 2. 6 is intellectual creativity, imagination, fantasy, abstract thinking, theory. 5 is the senses, expansion, flexibility, tolerance, learning. 4 is logical thought, practicality, instincts, concrete, the material world. And 2 is duality, feelings, carrying either or imbalance or balance. And also the conscious mind. So those are also some words, if that helps anyone figure out what they need to know for themselves. I'll let you come to that conclusion, let your intuition guide you on that, because, hey, sometimes we need to learn to tune into our own intuition too. And so let's see what the crystal that really pops out at me right now is. Oh, interesting. I'm seeing some blue calcite and aquamarine. So these are both throat stones. These deal with the throat chakra, and both deal with calming, with patience, peace. Communication's a big thing too. Communication and cooling down some of that. I mean, there are things definitely that one could be angry about in the world, but sometimes the anger that one has with themselves, cooling that down a bit, letting themselves cool down a little bit, take a breather, but also communicate open and honestly and from the heart. I feel like there's a need for being able to communicate from a place of calmness right now. That's definitely something that's showing up. And if I flip through this book again, let's see if there's anything else that comes through. Any other crystals? Oh, interesting. Moldavite and peridot. So moldavite, I actually have a necklace of that, and I have a bracelet of peridot, so that's interesting. So I also see aligning yourself with a higher purpose and really shifting yourself onto your highest timeline, but also learning to be in a place of love and joy for yourself, if for no one else, yourself. And also, I feel like there's definitely something to healthy relationship with yourself. In general, health is something that I'm seeing, and also really have really owning the prosperity that you do have at the moment, even if it's not much, even if you don't feel like you have much. Finding gratitude and ways that you can prosper maybe beyond the material, I feel like it's something that I'm seeing too. That's something I'm seeing. I don't know what it is, but that's something I'm seeing. I don't know how to articulate it. Like, and by material, I mean like financial. So, yeah. Yeah, I feel like definitely there's a feeling of having peace in spite of the chaos. Having a sense of inner peace so that you can continue to move forward and make the steps that you need to make in the world today, and really aligning towards your higher purpose. And I mean, I do like moldavite. Moldavite's pretty great. It's in this necklace here, but yeah. It's amazing. My name is Mary. Alright, thank you for watching. Yes, I wish you peace and prosperity too, and take care of yourself and be happy to yourself too. Thank you, Magve. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Really appreciate your support. Hopefully I pronounced your name correctly. Anyways, I hope this was an enjoyable or entertaining live. I'm not sure what to make of all this, but I did what my intuition told me to do, and I think it pulled me in the right direction. It always does that, so learn to trust your intuition a bit more. Take a deep breath. Things may be chaotic, but learning to embrace some of that chaos and really seeing failure as more of an opportunity for change rather than a dead end, an opportunity to do better and grow. I think that's something that's important for the collective right now. Really seeing, hey, you may have failed, but you can do better moving forward. You can learn from the mistakes. You can learn. You can admit where you were wrong, what didn't work, and what you don't know about enough about, and learn more and do more. And often learning comes from action and understanding. Okay, this did work. This didn't work. Therefore, okay, keep this. Maybe rework or don't do this other thing moving forward, and just keep adapting and changing as life continues. That's often just that's a part of the journey. Anyways, I'm probably gonna hop out. Thank you for watching. Y'all have a magical day. Bye.